Court is in session. The Judge Greg Medford presiding over the case of Nishimoto versus MKT and Greg Medford personally. That would be me. We'll be doing today the trial of Nishimoto. Now, based on the outcome of this trial, there will be acceptance to a duel, and we'll be offering a prize to one of our jury. You are the jury today. I will be acting as the judge and the plaintiff. I will be acting as the judge and the plaintiff. The defendant, in absentia, will be tried. Now, he's been contacted, he's been called, he's been reached out to, and he has...
They need more knives in assembly. Give
Not
2
now.
minutes.
No. And he won't answer the phone because he's a coward. So saith the plaintiff. Now, the judge here, I got my judge hat on at the moment. Court will begin now. What I would like to do is I would like to read you, the jurors, the email chain, and then I would like you all to begin voting. Once we have a period of voting that will not be long, we will come up with our ruling. When we've come up with our ruling, we're going to offer a prize to you guys, and you're going to love this. It's all great fun. The Trial of Nishimoto, 2021. So, Mr. Nishimoto, and you, Amy, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
You just chime in here, and you've been sworn in to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
So help me God.
Okay. So, and I always tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. As you can see, I don't exactly...
You don't mince words.
I don't mince words. I don't sugarcoat much. So here we go. So Mr. Nishimoto places an order for a couple of knives and then calls up and says he'd like to have them polished. He wants a high polish. And I was like, "Hi, Amy. Hope you're doing well. When the project started, it was supposed to be a holy grail and unique."
No. I'm saying no, it wasn't. It was ordered as 2 blackout knives.
He ordered 2 blackout knives. He ordered 2 blackout knives on the website.
Yeah.
No talking to us. I truly wanted polished mirror finish because, and I quote, "no one else has it." Because that's true. We don't do it. Because no one else has it. Since this not be completed, this knife can never be my holy grail knife. Can you please just follow the description setup, as I do not want to invest more money in this project? That's our first communication with him after initially saying, you know, we don't do high polish. We make the knife as it was ordered. Amy politely says we do not offer.
Want me to respond?
Oh yeah, okay, Amy.
Already
Amy, you can step in.
All right.
Go ahead. So that's your response right there,
Well,
right?
it starts here, though.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
All right, so Victor, I understand you really want your Holy Grail knife, and I absolutely respect that.
Hey, get in the camera here, woman.
Hi. The high mirror polish, and I explained why we don't do it.
Yeah.
The high mirror
Don't go
polish,
into all those
blah, blah,
details,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. For this reason, combined with the amount of time, we are unable to provide you with this specific request. We do not offer these custom upgrades on the website, and they are improved on a case-by-case basis. We don't offer refunds once purchased, but I'm willing to work with you on something we can do. There must be something else. If you're able to chat on the phone, I'm willing to work with a personal consultation to discuss anything that
So
you
as the judge here, the fact that you say that it'll take 5 hours and it's $100 an hour and it's amazingly expensive, you is a mistake.
Right.
Right. So you opened the door. Hold
I
on.
did.
Get in the camera here.
I did.
So you didn't say we would do that. Say that high mirror polish takes such and such time and it costs per hour and it's amazingly expensive, and that's why we don't offer it. Right. Now, Amy made a girly mistake here. Whoops. But she said we don't offer it. And so this is the kind of thing I talked about before.
I know.
Less is more. So I get called in when customer service falls down. And here it is falling down a little bit. But we never said we could do this. I just get called in when people are crazy. The rest of the time, they take care of it. And then he says, well, I'll pay $500 for mirror polish. This is really what I wanted. I don't want a Praetorian that looks like every Praetorian. I'll pay the added $500 or just keep it black as originated. I love Medford. There are too many out there that look alike. So far, not crazy. So far, slap on the hand. She mentioned it, and she didn't say we'd do it, but she said, it costs this much, it takes this much time, and that's why we don't do it. Because I don't have the time for somebody to sit there and polish all day. Here's what I recommend. This is Amy. Go ahead.
Let's do PVD blades on both the T and the infraction with a high polished spine. I said I'd do the spine only. The jimping won't come out, blah, blah, blah. That will look amazing. I said we could polish the pivot screws and the clip because that will take minimal time. I was trying to mitigate at this point.
Okay, and then this is what the girls do. They get caught in this kind of cycle where they're trying to make a customer happy, and they know if I walk out and see somebody doing a full polish on a knife, I'm going to come off the rails because it's not what we do. I have a guy that does handwork, okay, and he can work on X amount of knives in a day, and that's what's scheduled.
Right.
And that's what's scheduled to be done. It's on the schedule by production. It's on the schedule, and it's on Amy's demands. I mean, a lot of this is dictated by Amy. And then she goes and mentions it, which starts to make the customer have hope like it's going to happen. It's not going to happen because I can't take the time to do that thing they want. For me to do a polish in my dusty environment, it might take me 2/3 of a day. I know it sounds funny, you guys that don't make knives, but I got to back all the way up. Since we have a tumble finish tactical kind of thing process, I got to back all the way up. And then a lot of times the blade's a little thinner, then it needs a different, then the washers now are the wrong thickness, and it just cascades into a bunch of other stuff. So, he says, hi, Amy, thank you, but no thank you. Just make a stock Praetorian fraction. These are not Holy Grail standards. Keep it stock. So far, I don't see any problem here.
And that's
What's next?
okay.
Okay.
Now to hear.
All right. Guys, we're going backwards because when you print up a text chain, it's completely backwards. So, Victor, here's what I recommend. A Holy Grail knife should be reserved for the Praetorian tie. Also on that knife, you can order a Vulcan blade, which comes out unique on every knife. I really do want to provide you with a stunning knife that's unique, but the infraction Praetorian T might not be the way to go. Sorry to disappoint. I'm doing the best to do what I can. Hi, Amy. I'm sorry, but I don't like the Vulcan blade technique. I'd move on, but thank you for trying. Amy Medford, you'll always be my buddy. Maybe we can work on another project in the future. Thanks for trying. Victor Nishimoto. Seems fine so far.
Yes. That's me.
And then Amy says, yes, a future project sounds great. His next one is, Amy, would you ever mirror polish a blade? If anytime soon, please let me know. Thank you for your honesty. As of now, I'm working with Shigarov for a polished blade. Thank you, Victor Nishimoto. That's wonderful. Shigarov does wonderful polished blades. That's what he does. Good for him. Amy says, I'll certainly let you know. The polished blades, Damascus Customs, other knives of this nature are special knives made personally by Greg for shows and special events. I do them sometimes. I haven't done one in quite some time, and I don't do them on order ever because people are crazy. All I do is make a knife and see what happens if I like it, and then we put it up on the market, but I don't do the customer dance back and forth because it just never, ever goes well on these crazy high-end knives. Unless it's for Jake the Medford guy, because he's like, whatever you do, Greg, I'm cool with. But everybody else is like, no, I want it this color of purple. All right, and then next email.
Yep.
Hi, Amy, it's okay. I truly thought that we were on the same page. I often remarked that I would send the Holy Grail to you whenever needed.
I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means. I'm saddened to learn that. Now, we've already agreed that we're not polishing the blades. We said we're not polishing the blades. He didn't order polished blades. He wanted them after the fact. We don't do that. We're not going to do that. This is kind of a technicality at this point. I'm saddened to learn that I am a nobody when it comes to customizations. Everybody's a nobody. I don't know why Greg would refuse to help an Asian Republican citizen.
I'm done.
And at this point, and he says, I'm done, Victor Nishimoto. And at this point, I've never even heard of this, don't know anything about this. And it's not me refusing to help. I got a system here with 50 people, and if I change the rules, everything falls apart and everyone gets mad at me.
So can I read my response to that?
Yeah, read your response.
Right.
He says, I'm done.
All right. So, Victor, this has absolutely nothing to do with you being Asian. It saddens me that you feel we would refuse to help you because you are Asian. That couldn't be farther from the truth. We are at a capacity right now that doesn't allow us to perform many customizations, which is why they are not listed on the website as standard options. You seem like a smart and sensitive person, and I would feel that you understand our situation.
Now, my critique here, Amy, this is the court talking. This is not Greg Medford. The court, you're talking too much with him about stuff that will only kick up a hornet's nest. Saying all that stuff is no bueno. Okay, moving on.
And then this was inserted right around this time. So
and then he sends a separate email. Go read the separate email. Oh, I'll read it since I can do it in his voice.
Yeah.
And I won't do it with a Japanese accent because I'm sure someone would think that's racist. Here we go. Hello, Amy. I agreed with everything you showed and recommended. The Holy Grail knife's a personal knife. I don't go to blade or gun shows. This knife was purely for my enjoyment. It's got to be Greg Medford who denied my design. Not true.
I never talked to you once about this.
Who in this company always wants to do everything and is told no by everybody?
Me?
You do whatever you want. I'm the one who gets told no all the time.
Well, no, in the past you've told me no. You're like, no, we shouldn't do that. No, we can't do that.
Okay, why?
Because it's counterproductive.
It's not counterproductive. Every time,
And then
think of all the
let's our
meetings
customers
we've
see.
had where I say, well, we can do that, and everybody says, boss, when you do that, it does this,
Bites
and it
us in
causes
the
these
ass.
problems,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
say, but I got to get knife shipped. I'm the one who gets turned down, and then you go to break the rules because you're inconsistent, and I call you out on it and say, don't do that. We've agreed not to do it. That's what happens. What happens is I've had the rules shoved up my ass so much that I won't change any rules because it always bites me. So when these discussions happen to help a customer out, I get pulled in the middle of it. So here we are. He says, this knife is pure for enjoyment. It's got to be Greg Medford who denied my design. No. Now here's what I do. I get everybody's rules thrust upon me, so I know like everybody's constraints. So if everyone comes to me and wants to do something, I say, if you all agree, I will do it. But if you just ask me in my office, I'll say no, because there's 10 other department heads that'll be up my ass that I just caused them, jammed them up with a bunch of problems. So I don't get to make every little choice out in the factory, do I? Like, I back off all the time. So who has been the creative director of custom knives around here for at least 3 years now?
Me.
Right. Do you ever ask me what to do on a knife?
No.
No. The only things that I say are the knife projects that I go to do, like my unique stuff, which
Right.
is rare.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw me out there making knives?
You were just showing Fish how to do Damascus, but you weren't doing any. You weren't personally doing it.
Right, I teach
Passing
guys
it
how
on.
to do
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. All right, so that's where we're at. I do a lot of teaching and kind of leading stuff. All right, so if Greg wants to sell me, he says, it's got to be Greg Medford who denied my design. No. I backed your cause only to be treated with restrictions on designing. That's true. It says, you're an artist, exclamation point. If Greg wants to sell me a stock knife because of the color of my skin, shame on you. I've backed Greg every time, no more, in capital letters. Just give me one of your regular OTS knives. What's OTS, off the shelf?
I think so, yeah.
We don't have anything off the shelf, it's all bespoke. Thanks for helping me, Victor Nishimoto.
So that was just kind of like a...
That was like
an insert.
like he's stewing on it. Maybe he was doing his morning tea ceremony and thought it was a great time to just fire one off to us. Amy says
We
that
read
gets
that.
into this ridiculous. It has nothing to do with being Asian.
Okay.
All right,
Now it
and he
gets more
says,
interesting.
after she says it has nothing to do with it. Hi, Amy. I watch YouTube all the time. Everything went well until you spoke with Greg. Okay, that didn't happen. When did you actually speak with the plaintiff on this? That
The
would be
only
Greg.
time I spoke with you is after the whole
After the
email
whole thing
string
happened.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be crazy.
Everything went well until you spoke with Greg. She didn't come speak to me. Everything went well until you spoke with Greg. I've been watching Greg for some time now. He's an angry person. It's extended into his work. I'm sure if I was a white guy, things would be different.
Unbelievable.
She should have stopped. I know, Travis. It's all right. He's an angry person. I'm sure if a white guy would be different. I never thought a professional tool-making company would be able to do this with no problems. We do have problems. It's called Victor Nishimoto. All right. Like I said, if I was an oath keeper, you'd do it for him. I'm not entirely sure what an oath keeper is, unless you mean that group of guys that get together in gymnasiums and talk about masculinity. If we work to end this, either customize my knife or give me my money back. Your response?
You're not going to like any of my responses. You haven't so far. I never spoke with Greg in regards to your custom request. I have responded to your request based 100% on our standard protocol. Greg's political views do not affect our work here at the factory at all. Zero. We are an exceedingly professionally run business and never allow politics to affect our manufacturing capabilities. Whatever the color of your skin, we are happy to have wonderful customers who spend their hard-earned money on our hand-finished knives. It's not very nice or fair of you to demand me to refund your money when the knives you ordered through the website are exactly what we have in process.
So we're already making the knives he ordered, and now he's after the fact wanting these specializations. Now he's wanting to pay for them, that's fine, but we don't do them. Okay.
So the beginning of his
No.
next email starts there.
Amy, you said it would cost me $500. Oh, I knew this was going
I
to
know.
come up. I agreed to it, and you did not say it was going to cost $500. You said it cost $500, and that's
This is
why
we
you don't
do
offer it.
Right.
I agreed to it. Then you pitched the Praetorian Ties or Holy Grail. I agreed.
Flip.
I agreed. Then all of a sudden you say no. Why? It's because you spoke with Greg. Clearly he knows what's going on here more than we do. You said it could be done for the added cost, not me. After we agree, your husband denied me of trying to create the Holy Grail, but your husband wants to build holy shit. Holy shit. Victor, that was kind of funny. Victor, Amy, read your response. And this is too much talking and engagement with a crazy person. So we're going to turn this into a little learning moment. This should have been a one-line sentence. That's it. All this back and forth. You and Gates crazy. This is what we get.
Okay.
Read your email.
I did not speak with Greg. I haven't spoken with Greg about custom knife making in over 2 years. I quoted you how much I would have to charge for a polished blade if I was even able to do something like that, but I never once said I would actually have our custom sculpting team perform the polishing work. You sound very...
Pause.
Yeah.
So, order in the courtroom. You monkeys don't get all restless in the jury. You're going to be able to vote here. We're almost done. We got just a little bit left. Then you vote, and then after you vote,
Order in the jury.
then we're gonna tell you what we're gonna do for you guys, which is gonna be super fun, and it's gonna be fun for Victor too. And I will also talk about the duel. So you guys will want to hear about this duel coming up. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Get over here and scream.
You sound very angry, which is surprising to me, especially since you have said such wonderful things on our YouTube videos. We have upheld our policies and knife-making description options as outlined on the website. I am beside myself at this point. I don't really know what to say other than I hope you understand our perspective and the reasons why we cannot do what you are asking us to do.
Okay. Now we're on here. Hey, it says for information.
There you go.
It says, and then his next response is, FYI, I'm going to show this to you. Oh, I don't, maybe, yeah, I don't give a fuck. All right, so here we go. For your information, I got jumped by a bunch of fucking Republicans. I'm sorry for venting. I just want my holy grail. You said no. I understand since you are unwilling to mirror polish my knife. I would like a refund. Greg's spewing words got my ass kicked.
I don't understand how your words got it.
Now, this was
Maybe
before
he was
I ever did the video.
No, I know. No, this wasn't in regards. I think in general he's saying you were. I don't know what that means.
Greg spewing words got my ass kicked.
I don't know.
I'm done. Victor Nishimoto. That was April 2nd.
Yeah, this. I know. I think in general, because he was talking about your videos and how you get worked up, and then he's talking about. I don't know if he was defending you, because somewhere he
It sounds like he was defending me,
Yeah.
and says he got his ass kicked by a bunch of asshole Republicans. Now, this is so funny to me
It
because
doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense. And this was before I did my video. All right, here we go.
So I said, I have a quick question. When you originally ordered the blacked out infraction and Praetorian T, it seemed like you were happy to order them as is. What changed?
Okay, and where's his response?
Well, it starts here and then here.
By the way, if you want
Now
your...
just because he gets, I think, disjuncted. It starts to make no sense. He wants to blend both knives into it. At this point, I want to come up with something that makes him happy.
Yeah, so we don't know if he drinks, maybe, or hits the hookah pipe. I don't know.
That's
but
kind of it,
it
though.
kind of spun out. And then Amy came to me, and
Yeah,
get back
that's
over here in frame. So then Amy came to the plaintiff, and said, hey, I'm at my wit's ends here. I don't know what to do with this guy now. What she should have done is keep the conversation to a minimum, stopped when stop happened, kind of ignored the crazy emails, and just let the order complete and ship, and that would have shown up on eBay, sold, done, no problem. Instead, she goes back and forth, lots of too much talking, gets me involved, and here I am now. That's where we're at.
Yeah, and I probably...
And it's okay for you to do this. It's okay for you to get me involved. But this is what happens.
Well, what I was going to say is part of my decision making was he is in every single video having responses, and I knew that sometimes when people are, yay, I'm your best cheerleader, that it could turn really quickly. So I don't know. I was trying to...
Okay. All right. No problem. All right. So the jury, you've all heard it. Then what happened was the plaintiff, that would be me, Greg Medford, I shot the video that called him out for being a cunt. And I said, we didn't discriminate against you because you're Japanese. We have a policy. We did that. And now I'm saying you're being a cunt. Now, he clearly took offense to that. He took offense to that, right?
Yeah.
And he left, he started sending rest in peace messages to you.
No, it was on your video that you filmed.
So he started sending rest in peace notices. He started saying he was coming down to the factory with his friends from Gardena, California. He started saying that he started challenging me and to fight, and here we are. So,
thank you, Robert.
So, order in the goddamn courtroom. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna now. Okay. So, all right. So, we have a way of doing business. It's been published for a long time. We have our options online. It's what we do for a long time. I'm not a custom garage maker. Everybody knows that. I don't get involved in these little nuanced things until they blow up. I shot my video kind of in defense of my team and the other folks that have to deal with it. And they're a little afraid he's going to come down and shoot the place up now. So we reached out to the Gardena Police Department, kind of let them know the story. They can go by and do a welfare check and let him know to calm down. And then what we thought we would do is get you guys to vote. There's a couple of you online right now. So just right now, if you could, thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me say, is Victor guilty of being out of line, or are we out of line? Now, we could just stop, bend over backwards, and change everything, but I can't. I don't have a whole day to sterilize an area and start doing high polish for a guy. And I know as soon as I do high polish, he's going to say, oh, this isn't as good a polish as this maker or that maker. And that's why I don't get in that, because my environment's not great for polish. There's too much going on. So I can't do this guy's knife. And now, I not only can't I won't. I could do it for myself. If I was making a knife for me, but I won't put my time into somebody acting like this. So now, as the judge calling the jury to order, if you could all render your decisions, is he guilty of being out of line, or is he innocent? Guilty or innocent?
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm reading guilty. Victor smokes crack is the verdict. Guilty as charged.
Oh my God.
Guilty of being a walking vag. Vag. Oh, that's funny. Guilty. Feed him to the pumpkin. Guilty. Guilty. All right, we're almost done here, and then I want to make the offer for you guys. You're going to like what's coming up. Guilty. Fired. Nick Moore is watching. All right, so here you go. The jury has spoken.
Oh, God.
All right. Foreman, if you could settle down the natives, the jury has spoken. We're moving on to the sentencing phase of the trial. Get over here and scream it. Can you invite Victor out to the shop? Rent a ring in the parking lot. Oh, it's better. Shush now. Shush now. Order in the goddamn courtroom. All right, here we go. We're off to the sentencing phase. Here's what I'm going to offer to you today. To the first person, okay, so he's guilty. He's guilty of being a cunt. Now, we have a new word. Now, those of you who watch Star Trek are familiar with the Kobayashi Maru. The new word is a Nishimoto. It's a verb. And if you Nishimoto someone, you will falsely accuse them of racism to veil you being a cunt. If you're being a cunt and you accuse someone of racism to cover it, it's called you Nishimoto someone. The first person who gets that in the Urban Dictionary and sends us a screenshot, 50-50. I will take 50% off any knife you want. 50% off a Praetorian tie. 50% off. Now, I will read the last email.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is the subtext to the trial. Here we go. Greg, this email came from Victor, Amy. I'm concerned maybe we should take down all videos. Here we go. Hello, Lindsay. I'm sorry for involving you in this, but this attack on me must be settled. I've been waiting for Greg to show up. And do you know when he's going to come?
Show up. Where's he waiting?
Like I'm going to go to Gardena, California. I was up in Sacramento at a knife thing for a fallen officer and for EDC Specialties. Hold on. If he wants to meet at a neutral location, I am fine with that. I look forward to settling this as soon as possible. Victor Nishimoto.
No.
Under the rules of challenge established in Spain, adopted by America in the book of dueling, I accept your challenge. As a challengee, I get to pick weapon. I pick katana at sunrise. Phoenix. You say day, I am there.
Oh my God.
50% discount for the customer that gets Nishimoto, Nishimoto, entered in the Urban Dictionary as a verb for one who accuses and charges racism to cover the fact that they're being a cunt. Let's get that made an official word. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let's do something better. I'm going to give a free knife to the person who gets that in the official Urban Dictionary. That's it. That's it. The first one to send me the screenshot, you get the free knife.
Nice.
Wax on, wax off. It's fantastic. So, Victor, come on, man. I said you were probably a nice guy. You were just being a cunt that day, and the day before, and the day before, and every day since. The judge has spoken, and this session is concluded. All rise. I'm out.